My neighbors aren't the same anymore. This happened when I was still a kid, around 11 years old. I lived in a small town with my mom, my dad, and my little brother. In the house across the street lived my best friend Tyler. He lived with his mom, dad, and older sister. The focus isn't on my family, but on Tyler's. They were chaotic. The father was an alcoholic, constantly arguing with his wife. The mother was almost always in a bad mood. There was always something to stress about. And the older sister, she was going through that rebellious teenage phase. She isolated herself in her room, blasted loud music, and complained about everything. It was a loud, confusing, unpredictable house. But it had always been that way for as long as I could remember, until one night something happened, and they were never the same again. I woke up in the middle of the night needing to go to the bathroom. As I passed by the window, I saw that the lights downstairs in Tyler's house were on. When I came back, Mrs. Mason was in the backyard. Probably the cat had escaped again. Wouldn't be the first time. I watched through the window as she called out the cat's name. The night was cold, the street drowned in darkness. She wore one of those classic mom robes from old sitcoms, and the sound of the wind rustling the trees was the only thing to be heard. Until a loud clatter of metal echoed from the back of the house. I froze. She hesitated, then decided to go check it out. Even just watching, a deep fear settled in my chest, a fear I couldn't explain. I felt she shouldn't go, that something was waiting for her. And that fear turned out to be right. From behind the house, Mrs. Mason screamed. Not just any scream, a scream of pure terror, and quickly, it turned into pain. Something, or someone, had done something to her. She wouldn't stop screaming. The house, which had been dark, suddenly lit up. Mr. Mason flung the front door open and ran to the backyard. Then, his screams came too. Screams of despair and pain, just like his wife's. And suddenly, everything stopped. Silence fell. A silence so thick even the crickets didn't dare break it. The strangest thing was that, even with those screams echoing through the night, no other house seemed to light up. No one came outside. No living soul appeared. It was as if only I, and Mr. Mason, had heard them. The door to the house stayed open, but even with all the lights on, the inside seemed filled with a heavy darkness, like the night itself had entered the home. I wanted to get away. I wanted to close the curtain and run to bed, but I couldn't. It was like something held me there, frozen at the window. The only thing I could hear was my own breath,